not terrible, but I would expect. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 Nissan Z Nismo. These come in just under 70K MSRP. That's $13,000 more than the regular Performance, but you are getting a bit more, right? We're up to 420 horsepower, 384 pound-feet of torque. That's up from 400 and 350 respectively. Still from the 3-liter twin-turbo V6. We're actually heavier now, 3,700 pounds, which is about 150 pounds more than the regular Performance. It only comes in a 9-speed automatic transmission, no manual option here, but they do say that they've retuned the automatic for quicker downshifts and even have a new Sport Plus mode that is designed specifically for track driving. If you look at the wheels, you can tell we actually have larger rotors, and tires have also changed. We're now on Dunlop Sport Max GT600 instead of the Bridgestone S007s. Gotta love the little Nismo detail on the wheel too. And now let's see how she drives. The interior on this new generation of Z is so much better than the 370 that came before it. Obviously, much older platform. Really appreciate the changes here. I think that's great. They still have the 3 gauges here that are pointed towards the driver, and it's just a nicer place to be. Nicer materials, more modern design, good screen quality, resolution. But if I'm being honest, it just still feels wrong without a manual transmission. I'm not sure why they decided no manual transmission. Maybe something about, I don't know, the power and torque being up or something like that. I don't know. You guys let me know with a comment below. I think that's a big part of the enjoyment of driving a sports car like this. But anyways, let's put this into drive. Very interesting little gear selector here. It's like a mouse that you shift forward and back. So that's reverse, that's park. All right, that's definitely new. And we have different drive modes. We're gonna go into, we'll start with standard and then we'll move to Sport Plus. I will admit, out of the recent Japanese sports cars, this is one of my favorite when it comes to styling. First impressions, this is definitely sportier. Oop, squirrel. That was a close call. Definitely sportier than the regular Z. No doubt about that. Stiffer chassis, stiffer suspension. Going to Sport Plus mode now. I like the aggressive shifts that kind of push you in the back. Transmission's okay. It's not lightning quick. I mean, I get it. It's faster than the regular Z, but upshifts can be a little bit slow still, especially in this most aggressive mode. Downshifts are actually decently quick though. You can tell they definitely sped that up quite a bit. From my memory, the last time I drove the Z, the steering here feels, the front end feels a little bit more direct, a little bit sharper, a little bit quicker than that regular Z, but you also feel the heft of this vehicle. This is not a light car, and it's strange to me that they added more weight. Maybe they needed to add additional cooling, things like that, but adding more weight with the higher level package versus the lower levels, not normally what you see. The first bit of brake travel does not really have much bite, but then it gets more progressive. The brakes, the first initial bit of travel on the brake pedal doesn't really do much, and then it starts grabbing much more aggressively. So a little bit of a learning curve there. It's definitely a step in the right direction. and it feels sportier. The steering's more responsive. You actually do get a bit of feel, not very much though. I would like more. The transmission, I think, it's okay. It's not terrible, but I would expect a little bit more at this price point, and I would love the option for a manual as well. It's quite a bit more money though than the Performance, 13K extra, and when you're now almost at 70K, it's a lot of money for a car like this. And the question is, are you better off getting a Performance and then doing a couple of choice modifications yourself? Let's give it a little pull right here. A bit traction limited as well, as you can see. If you're a big Nissan Z fan, I think this car, it makes sense, right? It's the more hardcore version, more special, drives better than the Performance for sure. I mean, it makes a lot of sense for those people, but if you're in the market for something that's manual, obviously this is not gonna provide that experience. For performance, for sharpness, for the overhead capability of the vehicle, the Supra also makes a lot of sense. And it's easy to make the argument that the Supra, especially at a lower price point, is the better car in a lot of ways. I do like they stiffen this up because the Z Performance that we drove last was a bit too soft for what I think this car should be. It's definitely a stiffer ride as well, keep that in mind. So for some people, that's gonna be an issue. If you're daily driving this, I probably have a higher tolerance than the average person. No adaptive suspension, right? So when you're going to the different drive modes, it's just the steering, throttle response, and shift logic, and shifting speed. And the steering does actually substantially weight up a lot more going from standard to Sport Plus, quite noticeably. But my friends, let me know, what do you think of the Nissan Z Nismo? Is it worth it at the price point, or are you better off getting something else like a Supra or the Mustang Dark Horse? Let me know in the comment down below. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in that next one.